was leaving, girl, I ain't wanna believe it. Now I'm writing love songs cause I'm stuck up in my feelings. Baby, you the one and I just wanted you to know that I was fucked up, but baby, now I got my flow back.
Welcome back to Nerds Order Music. How y'all doing? Today we have our very special guest, Gus The Savage from DI Records. What's up, man?
What's going on, my man Zach? How you feeling today?
Doing good, doing good. Well, first I would like to say welcome to DI Records.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Shout out to Dakota and my manager, Alana. It is an honor to be a part of the DI family, and I can't wait to put out some music for you guys and let y'all hear what I got for y'all.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I've already been looking through some of your stuff, and I love it. So let's get started, shall we? All right.
Let's do it.
Where did your journey into music begin?
Well, since I was a kid, I've always been into music. I used to sing to whatever my mom was playing. You know, they would play Spanish music on the trips in the car. So I've always loved music, but when it came to starting for myself and trying to be somebody, it started in 2011, and I was in an Xbox Live party with a couple of my friends, and they were rapping. And I was like, yo, if they could rap, then I could rap too. You know, if they're doing it, then I can do it. And I did a remix of Drake's Starting from the Bottom, and that was not good at all. It was recorded from a phone and computer speakers on voice note. That's it. And it was bad. The lyrics were bad. The quality was bad. Everything about it was bad. But I kept doing it because I thought it was good. But after, getting older and looking back and listening to it, I was just like, oh my God, what was I thinking? But thank God that I started, because after a while, I did sort of evolve. I let it go for a little bit, and then I picked it back up when I was 14, and then I let it go again and picked it back up when I was 15. And that's when I adopted the name Gus The Savage. Throughout all those years, I was a whole bunch of different names. I called myself a bunch of different things, but Gus The Savage was born in 2015. And ever since then, I've just been really trying to find who I am, or who I want to be, who I want to present, what I want to present to everybody. And I think I've now found my comfort zone when it comes to music. And I'm glad that I had to go through all that in order to find what I truly wanted to deliver.
That's fucking amazing. I mean, I totally get it too. It's all trial and error till you get where you want to be.
Exactly.
All right. What made you actually think of the name Gus The Savage?
Everybody asks me that question. I had a girlfriend at the time. I played her a remix that I did to Straight Outta Compton, and she said, my boyfriend's a savage. And I said, yeah, Gus The Savage. So I pretty much gave that name to myself, but she put that battery in my back, yeah, you're a savage, Gus The Savage, boom. And I kind of just ran with it.
Nice. That's great. I love it. I loved asking those questions because you hear a lot of different answers from a lot of bands and artists, and I always love what inspires the name.
I've always tried to change it, too, ever since maybe last year, I've been I was oh, I want to change my name. And then every time I make a post about it, people are going to change your name. You made a name for yourself with Gus The Savage. I think the name is so corny, but I guess since I made a name for myself with the name, I got to keep on going with it. And I don't have a problem with it. Everybody's yo, Gus The Savage, GTS. And I'm just fuck it. I'm gonna keep running with it. Keep the name and just rebrand everything. And that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. I mean, if you want a corny name, look at mine, Nerds Order Music. Look at that. That's corny as shit. But
no, that's actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the name, I was yo, I wanna get on that. So
yeah, the reason is it's just music is just a part of what we do. There's more than just this, except I'm the only one who uploads anymore.
Right.
But we have two other team members who I'm trying to get active again. But it's supposed to be comics, TV, video games, everything, not just music. Music in a few of the segments I run. but I'm just trying to get everyone active again. That's where it's originally Nerds Order Entertainment. I just run the music part of it.
Right. That's awesome though.
It's fun.
good
Just a bunch of
to-
nerds from college wanting to make something fun.
Hey, that's how it starts, man, and then it ends up becoming something huge.
I mean, yeah, Dakota and Pat found me, and look at me now.
There you go.
Honestly, meeting them was actually, no, he found me on Facebook because I was working with a band called Sepsis, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Because they told me post what you do on our page, get yourself some groups. I'm like, okay. I expect maybe 1-2 results. Now I see Dakota saying, hit me up. I got 28 bands. I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then we just started talking. And here we are.
That's awesome.
He's insane. Like, I love the dude to death. Awesome guy.
Big shout out to Dakota.
For real. Thank you, Dakota. All right. Next question is, what is your music writing process like?
I often just let whatever is going on in my life influence my music, or I think back to my past sometimes. Sometimes I just think of just anything and I put it into words and I make a story about it. Like if I wanted to make a song about two people who are in love and it ended bad and it was just like horrible and the dude's like broken over it. I've been through it. So all I gotta do is sit here, get in my element, think back to like I pick and choose like different relationships, and then sometimes I just throw it in a song, or sometimes it just comes off the top. Like I don't think about my past relationships. I just think about like as if I was making a movie. That's what my music is that's what I'm trying to make out of my music. I'm trying to have people listen to it and then visualize like, oh, this is happening right in front of me, you know?
That's wonderful. And honestly, I can relate to a lot of that too about the whole breakup shit. 'Cause that's what got me into this. Like the person I was with tried making me fucking kill myself, and music saved me, and here I am. Like music inspired me to start this up.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm actually glad it happened because I wouldn't be able to start this up. It gave me
Well,
music gave me the tools I needed to recover, and I wanted to give back, and poof. So I'm thinking to myself, thank you, you piece of shit. Oh boy, not you, her.
no, yeah.
Well, speaking of songs, what was the message behind? I'm trying to find it here. I'm sorry.
Oh man. That's the first time I've ever been asked about that song. The message behind it was a whole letter to my ex-girlfriend. It was a song dedicated to her. We had been on really bad terms, and it was over pretty much, and I wanted to get her back. And the only way I know how to express myself is through music. So I made the cover art, was a cover art of our text messages that I screenshotted, and I sat in my grandfather's house with my laptop and my little podcast mic, and I ran Audacity. I found a beat and I recorded it, and then I posted it on SoundCloud. And the numbers are not like as great as I wanted them to be, but they still like reach like half a grand. So that's fine.
It's one of my favorite songs, honestly, and I can relate to it quite a bit. Because when I first got through hell, I tried getting mine back too, and then I realized how much of a shit person she was. So at the beginning, I was kind of in the same boat, hence why I could relate to that song a lot.
Yeah, like I said, I try to make music about what I'm going through, what I've been through, or something that somebody else might be going through, something that somebody else might be feeling. And I try to make my music as relatable as possible because I know that other people are going to listen to the product. And if it's not something that resonates with them, they're not going to feel it as much. So I try to make it as relatable as possible when it comes to songs like that. When it comes to vibey, catchy songs, like I want people to like hear my music and blare it in their car, turn the windows down, and just cruise. Cause that's what I do when I'm by my music. I just blare it up, roll the windows down, and I cruise, and it's a vibe, you know.
Yeah. For me, I'm all about symbolistic music and music I can relate to. That's all I love to listen to for the most part. Like I love listening to other stuff too, but when something can resonate with me, I play that a lot more because music helps. Music's my therapy. So
Right.
when I first heard that, I just, jeez, it was hard to put it into words. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad that that song touched your heart and it resonated with your soul.
There's, there's 10 songs at most that resonate that much with me, and that's one of them.
That's,
Let's see here. Trying to think. My next question is, who would you love to collaborate with the most?
are we talking like, are we talking famous people? Are we
Anything you
talking?
want. Go nuts. And you have more than
Oh
one
my
choice.
God.
List
Okay. No, dude,
anything.
like, listen, I don't even need to hesitate on my answer. That's why I asked, like, if we were talking like famous people or local people, because with local people, I have to think about with a famous person, the main person I want to work with is A Boogie. That is my favorite artist. If I ever get a chance to work with A Boogie, I will go bonkers like that. I will never stop playing that song. Like I will never stop playing that song. He's my all-time favorite artist. Second person I want to work with, as far as like industry people, the Baby, Lil TJ, J Cole for sure, Chris Brown. I'm trying to think, because once I said A Boogie, that was it. Like I don't even care about everything else. As far as locals, there's a lot of people that I've already collabed with. So some of the people that I haven't collabed with yet, like Gino. Oh, he don't go by Gino. He goes by Guapo. Savage City True. I haven't collabed with yet. There's a lot of people that I can't think of off the top of my head because there's a lot of people that are working. But those two people come to mind of the people that I haven't worked with yet. So maybe one day we might get some Guapo GTS, Savage City GTS. Who knows? But time will tell.
Hey, it's always a possibility, man. Never know.
That's a fact.
Alrighty, let's see. My next question is, what is the best piece of advice you were given when entering music?
Um, I feel like the best piece of advice while entering music that I've been given was from a movie about the industry, and it was actually recently. I watched this movie about the R&B group New Edition, and their manager looked them straight in the face and said, "Don't get up there thinking you better outshine everybody because you're not going for that shit." Me personally, I always go up there trying to outshine everybody as if it's like a contest. Like as if it was me versus everybody. And essentially it is. But I gotta stop thinking like that because I should be going into it with good energy. I should be going into it with just straight confidence and not trying to like be better than this person or that person. I just like to make statements. So that right there, that's something that touched me because it's something true. Like when you're first starting, you can't just go up there and think you're better than anybody because you're just starting. So you gotta like humble yourself a little bit and work to a certain level before you can be like, yeah, I'm the best or whatever you want to claim.
Definitely. Hey, like I said, trial and error, build up. You gotta like keep pushing yourself to get better and better, but make sure you do it at your own pace and your own standards.
Exactly.
Do what makes you happy in music, because music's all about passion. That's how it should be.
I have a strong passion for music. I love music.
I can tell from everything I've heard so far. Especially, I'm sorry, because that hit me so fucking hard. I'm not much of a rap guy either. I'm more of a metalhead, but it did hit really hard for me.
Thank you. I appreciate that a
Of
lot.
course. All right. My second to last question is, what is next for Gus the Savage?
every time I've answered this question, I've always answered it with new music on the way, music videos and stuff like that. And I never get a chance to do that. So I'm not gonna say that there's not a lot of things planned for the future, but I'm also not gonna guarantee anything either. Let's just say that only time will tell what's next for DTS. As of right now, I'm a member of the DI Records family. I look forward to releasing music out of DI Records. I have a project that I literally put on hold because it's not ready yet, and I'm doing a lot of tweaking to it. So I don't want to talk too much about that, but I got a couple songs done for it, and I changed the name of it. It was going to be called Electrified. I don't want to reveal the name for it yet until I have the cover art ready for it, but that's gonna be a reveal that's coming soon. So there are stuff that I can tell you that I got planned already, but I don't want to like try to go crazy into anything because, like I said, we never know what could happen.
I totally get it, man. I look forward to that release. I really do. All right. My final question of the evening is, do you have any questions for me?
Do I have any questions for you?
Correct.
Wow, that's a flip. That's good. Okay. So what makes you so passionate about interviewing artists?
Music saved my life and I wanted to give back. A while ago, I was in a really bad place because of who I mentioned earlier, and it got me to put a blade up to my neck right here. And I decided to play one more song before I went out, let my phone decide on random, and it chose a song. I decided to listen to it all the way through, and it woke me the hell up. Put the knife down, listened to more music, made it my therapy, recovered, and then I wanted to give back to the point where I just started this up and rolled with it. And I will send that song later if you want. It's a heavy song, but the lyrics are full of so much meaning. It's one of the few songs that make me cry to this day.
I'll give it a listen for you.
I would love to work with them too. I worked with a band who's worked with them in the past. I just hope I get to work with them.
That would be a great story to share with them.
Oh, I'd cry on camera when I probably bring that up. Because all their songs, like I'm thinking to myself, is that songwriter okay? Because a lot of their songs are like so deep and it's just like it makes you think what hell the guy's been through.
Right.
All right, next question for me.
Have you ever played music yourself?
I want to. I'm trying to save up for a guitar right now because I have a friend who does drums, and I'm trying to get myself a guitar so he and I could just make stuff together. I'm trying to think of a name because he and I are both named Zach, so we're trying to work around that for shits and giggles.
I'm good with picking names, so like I'll probably think of something and I'll send it over to you. Like, yo, this might be a band name.
Works for me.
I got a couple questions now whipping in my head. Okay, so you're interviewing me now, right?
Correct.
Who are your top 5 dream interviews?
Well, I've already done quite a few of my top ones. My top number 1 would be Currents, who is the band who got me to start this in the first place. Second one would be Savage Hands, who I have worked with. They're the ones who have played with them before. Third would be Arrival of Autumn, who was actually my very first video interview. I've been a fan of them since I was in college. Next one would be Hulu. It's like alternative, trippy, chill music, and I actually got to work with them. I've been a fan of theirs since 2010, so I didn't expect that to happen, but it did. And if I have to think of another, like a last one, let me check here because there's one I would love to work with, but she passed away in 2004, so that's never gonna happen. She made music in Japan, and her romance music did hit a big part of my heart, and it sucks that she passed. Her name was, I think, Mika Matsubara. Yeah, that's how you say it. And may she rest in peace. She was 44 when she passed. I'm like, why couldn't if she didn't have that disease, she still would have been alive today. All right.
Good question for you. Are you a wrestling fan?
Me, no, I'm trying to get into it, but my other friend who does the drumming is a huge wrestling fan.
I love wrestling, dude.
I've been meaning to get into it. I
Right
just haven't
now,
had the time of day.
I'm currently I own or run a social media publication called NEPA Limelight, and we kind of like branched off and made Limelight Wrestling, and I am the current champion. I've been champion for almost a year now, and I'm supposed to
Nice.
be having a match next month. I don't know how solid that is, but it's supposed to be happening next month, and I've always wanted to be a WWE superstar. I've always wanted to be champion. I've always wanted to be in front of the loud crowd. So I've always told myself that if music doesn't work out, I'm going to the WWE to be a WWE superstar.
Or a better idea, make them work together. For example, you were getting ready for wrestling, you got your own background music since you're an artist.
There you go. That works too.
Hell yeah.
Who
Anything,
is your favorite band?
Currents, they're my number one favorite. And it's like I said before, their stuff has got me through a lot of deep shit. And I've wanted to thank them for the longest time. Their music is what got me to start this. Their music has literally pulled me out of hell multiple times. And they're one of my biggest inspirations. Actually,
This is gonna get good because I'm an interview guy myself. We do podcasts on NEPA and Limelight, and we've had artists come on. So I've been in your seat. So, my friend, how long have you been doing this for?
I started this actually around January this year. We've been doing this for about 5-6 months.
We started NEPA Limelight in April of 2020. And at first, it wasn't called NEPA Limelight. It was called NEPA Unsigned Artist Magazine. And after our first episode, a buddy of mine named Cody was discussing changing the names. And I was like, you know what? What should we call it? And my buddy Cody goes, Limelight. And I'm like, NEPA Limelight. Perfect. Like, that's what it is. And I made the logo, mocked it up, posted it up, and I'm like, here we are, our first rebrand after one day, and it went really well. Like that year, we got nominated for an award for best local podcast, and I was
Nice.
shocked because we were only out for like a couple months before that. Like it was crazy. But I'm glad to be a part of something like this. I'm glad to be able to interview you and you interview me. Like this is like something really cool. I've never done that in an interview at all.
I try making it as fun for everyone as I can. That's why I threw that little question in there.
That's fun. Like, do you have any questions for me? What? Flip the script. Now I'm the interviewer and you're the interviewee. That's what. I don't think I have any more questions right now.
I see. Well, this has been fun though. This has been a blast, man.
Hell yeah. I had an amazing time, dude. This has been great.
I've actually, that question I incorporated more recently when I hit, I think episode 54 was when I started introducing that little question. Because I just thought the idea, since I actually worked with another interviewer, he and I interviewed each other. He also works with Dakota. His name is Matthew Thomas. He runs Super Cool Radio. He and I decided to interview each other since we're both podcasters. And I'm just like, you know what? That gives me an idea. So I thought about it for a little while and I put that new question in just because.
That's good.
I think it's fun.
That. I like that question a lot.
Thank you.
That was cool. Like I said, nobody's ever flipped the script like that and said like, "Hey, like, you got any questions for me?" Like,
I love doing stuff like that. I'm glad I did. It makes it so much more fun, in my opinion. All right, I think we're good here. I'm gonna wrap things up.
All right, man. It's been a freaking blessing. It's been an honor. Like I said, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for being here, man.
Enjoy this so much, dude. I wanna come back once the project's out and talk
Definitely.
about that.
Hey, hit me up. We can set up immediately. Once that's released, we can set you up another interview with no issue.
Heck yeah, man.
I always love having returning artists. It's so much fun.
I have one final question though.
Okay.
What's the high score on that Pac-Man machine?
I have to go check it later. Me and my friend, we always go head to head. We play Galaga and Pac-Man. It has like 8 games on it.
Bro, because if the high score sounds beatable, expect me over. And I'm gonna beat that shit.
I'm a huge arcade nerd, hence why I had to get that. Best thing is none of it's emulated. It's all the original chips. So that's what's I love arcade.
Video games.
Oh, same.
Arcade games.
Dude,
It's all because it's nostalgia. Like as a kid, you would go to arcades and that's all you would play. You would play the machine games. You would play the basketball. You would get the tokens, the tickets, everything. Oh my god!
Oh, dude, you're taking me down memory lane right now, man.
Dude, I want to go to an arcade now.
Oh, dude, actually, I had a weird fucking idea a while ago. Like, once I get made enough money, I will try to buy a property, get a bunch of arcade games, and play music from artists I've worked with, and have run an arcade in there too. So it's like a radio channel with just like the bands I work with, music playing, and everyone playing arcade games.
Facts.
It was a wacky idea, but if I ever get that far, I'm definitely making that happen. That'd be fun as hell. You're playing like Pac-Man, all of a sudden you hear Gus the Savage on the radio.
It's gonna happen.
Yes, it will. I mean, but the progress with everything I'm putting in, I'm gonna do everything I can to make this a reality. Because my biggest goal here is to help as many artists as I can. That's my main reason for doing this, and I want to keep that going.
Well, on behalf of myself, and I'm sure on behalf of everybody else, we appreciate you very much for everything you do and the contribution you're making to the music society and the music scene and everybody in it, whether it be rock, metal, hip hop, pop, R&B, whatever genre. We appreciate it because there's not that many people out there in the local scene that are trying to do something and make a change for us. So again, thank you.
Of course, it's been an honor, honestly. And like when it comes to genres, I listen to almost literally everything. I can go from listening to black metal in the morning to Beethoven in the evening and everything in between. Like seriously, this morning I'm playing like Mozart to get up, and then as soon as I'm up, I just blast some heavycore death metal, and then I just go through the day playing different genres. I literally have a playlist full of like 15 different genres just ready to go.
I've always been obsessed with like 80s music, so like recently it's been with Bobby Brown.
Nice choice.
Oh my god, dude. My prerogative is my favorite song.
That's great. Whenever I think of 80s, I keep thinking of Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down. Best vinyl I ever bought. You heard it. We sung Rick Astley here. Fucking sue us.
Oh no, don't do that.
I know. We didn't use the official audio, so I think we're fine.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, this has been another episode of Nerds Order Music. Today our guest was Gus The Savage, the newest addition to DI Records. I hope you have an amazing evening, my friend.
Thank you. You as well, man.
I'm sorry if I've ever done you wrong, yeah. I'm sorry if I caused you dumb pain. I'm sorry, my love goes a long way, yeah. I'm sorry for all the things that I've done. I'm sorry if I've ever done you wrong. I'm sorry if I caused you dumb pain. I'm sorry